Hello students, today I will discuss about surface chemistry, chapter 5 NCERT. Some of the most important chemicals are produced industrially by means of reactions that occur on the surfaces of solid catalyst. Surface chemistry deals with the phenomena that occur at the surfaces or interfaces. The interface or surface is represented by separating the bulk phase by a hyphen or slash. For example, the interface of a solid and a gas may be represented by solid dash gas or solid oblique gas. Due to complete miscibility, there is no interfaces between the gases. The bulk phases that we come across in surface chemistry may be pure compounds or solutions. The interface is normally a few molecules thick, but its area depends on the size of the particles or bulk phases. In this unit, you will be studying some important features of surface chemistry such as adsorption, catalysis, and colloids, including emulsions and gel. There are some examples which reveal that surface of a solid has the tendency to attract and retain the molecules of the phase with which it comes into contact. These molecules remain only at the surface and do not go deeper into the bulk. The accumulation of molecular species at the surface rather than in the bulk of a solid or liquid is termed adsorption. The molecular species or substance which concentrates or accumulates at the surface is called adsorbate, and the material on the surface of which the adsorption takes place is called adsorbent. Adsorption is essentially a surface phenomena. Solids, particularly a finely divided state, have large surface area and therefore charcoal, silica gel, alumina gel, clay, etc. act as good adsorbent. And the gases such as oxygen, hydrogen, carbon monoxide, etc. are called adsorbate. For example, the air becomes dry in the presence of silica gel because the water molecules get adsorbed on the surface of the gel. It is clear from the above examples that solid surfaces can hold the gas and gas or liquid molecules by virtue of adsorption. The process of removing an adsorbed substance from a surface on which it is adsorbed is called desorption. Now, distinction between adsorption and absorption. In adsorption, the substance is concentrated only at the surface and does not penetrate through the surface of the bulk of the adsorbent, while in absorption, the surface is uniformly distributed throughout the bulk of the solid. For example, when a chalk stick is dipped in ink, the surface retains the color of the ink due to adsorption of colored molecules, while the solvent of the ink does deeper into the stick due to adsorption. absorption. On breaking the chalk stick, it is found to be white from inside. A distinction can be made between absorption and adsorption by taking an example of water vapor. Water vapors are absorbed by anhydrous calcium chloride but absorbed by anhydrous calcium chloride by adsorbed by silica gel. Both adsorption and absorption can take place simultaneously also. The term is called absorption is used for this process. That is, the term absorption is used to describe both the process, adsorption and absorption. Now, mechanism of adsorption. Adsorption arises due to the fact that the surface particles of the adsorbent are not in the same environment as the particles inside the bulk. Inside the adsorbent, all the forces acting between the particles are mutually balanced, but on the surface of the particles are not surrounded by atoms or molecules of their kinds on all sides, and hence they possess unbalanced or residual attractive forces. These forces of adsorbent are responsible for attracting the adsorbed particles on its surface. The extent of adsorption increases with the increase of surface area per unit mass of the adsorbent at a given temperature and pressure. Another important factor featuring adsorption is the heat of adsorption. During adsorption, there is always a decrease in residual forces of the surface. Therefore, there is decrease in surface energy which appears as heat. So, according to equation del G equal to del H minus T del S, del G can be negative if del H is sufficiently high negative value, as minus T del S is positive, because during adsorption del S must be negative because the movement of particles will be restricted. Thus, in adsorption process, which is spontaneous, a combination of these two factors makes del G negative. As the adsorption proceeds, del H becomes less and less negative. Ultimately, del H becomes equal to T del S and del G becomes 0. At this state, equilibrium is obtained. There are mainly two types of adsorption of gases on solids. It accumulates of gas on the surface of solid occurs on account of weak van der Waals forces. The adsorption is termed as physiabsorption or physical adsorption. When the gas molecules or atoms are held to solid surface by chemical bonds, the adsorption is termed chemisorption or chemical adsorption. Now, characteristics of physiabsorption. Lack of specificity. A given surface of an adsorbent does not show any preference for a particular gas, as the van der Waals forces are universal. Nature of adsorbent. Reversible nature. Physical adsorption of a gas by a solid is generally reversible. Thus, solid plus gas gives solid gas interface plus heat. More of gas is adsorbed when pressure is increased as the volume of the gas decreases according to Laws-India principle, and the gas can be removed by decreasing pressure. Since the adsorption process is exothermic, the physical adsorption occurs readily at low temperature and decreases with increasing temperature. Fourth point, surface area of adsorbent. The extent of adsorption increases with increase of surface area of the adsorbent. Enthalpy of adsorption. In physiabsorption, it is exothermic process, but its enthalpy of adsorption is quite low, that is 20 to 40 kilojoule per mole. This is because the attraction between the gas molecules and solid surface is only due to weak van der Waals forces. Now, characteristics of chemijorption. It is highly specific, that is chemijorption takes place for a particular group of interfaces. For example, oxygen is adsorbed on metals by virtue of oxide formation, and hydrogen is adsorbed by transition metal due to hydride formation. Irreversibility. It is one-way process. Surface area. Like physiopsin, chemijorption is also increases with increase of surface area of the adsorbent. Enthalpy of adsorption. Here enthalpy of adsorption in chemijorption is very high. It is 80 to 240 kilojoule per mole. Now, comparison of physiopsin and chemijorption. Number 1, it arises because of van der Waals force physiopsin. Chemijorption, it is caused by chemical bond formation. Now, it is not specific. Physiopsin is not specific. It is highly specific. Physiopsin is reversible in nature, but chemijorption is irreversible. Physiopsin, it depends on the nature of gas. More easily liquefiable gases are adsorbed readily. It also depends on nature of the gas. Gases which can react with the adsorbent show chemijorption. Enthalpy of adsorption is low. Enthalpy of adsorption is high in case of chemijorption. Point number 6. Low temperature is favorable for physiopsin. High temperature is favorable for chemijorption. No appreciable activation energy is needed. High activation energy is needed. It depends on the surface area. It also depends on the surface area. It results into multimolecular layer on adsorbent surface under high pressure. It results into unimolecular layer. Now, adsorption isotherm. The variation in the amount of gas adsorbed by the adsorbent with pressure at constant temperature can be expressed by means of a curve termed as adsorption isotherm. Freundlich adsorption isotherm. Freundlich in 1909 gave an empirical relationship between the quantity of gas adsorbed by unit mass of solid adsorbent and pressure at a particular temperature. The relationship can be expressed by the following equation: x by m equal to k into p to the power 1 by n, where n greater than 1. X by m. X by m is amount of adsorbate. X is mass of the gas adsorbed on mass m of the adsorbent at pressure P. Amount of gas adsorbed on mass m of the adsorbent at pressure P. So the graph number 1, x by m, one side y-axis, p x-axis. At different temperature, the graph shown here. This is called adsorption isotherm. X, if we take log x by m equal to log k plus 1 by m log p. The graph is called Freundlich adsorption isotherm. The validity of Freundlich isotherm can be verified by plotting x by m on y-axis and p on x-axis. The slope of the straight line gives the value of 1 by n. The intercept on the y-axis gives the value of log k. Freundlich isotherm explains the behavior of adsorption in an approximate manner. The factor 1 by n can have values between 0 and 1, probably 0.1 to 0.5. Thus, equation 5.2, that is log x by m equal to log k plus 1 by n log p, holds good over a limited range of pressure. When x 1 by n equal to 0, x by m constant, the adsorption is independent of pressure. When 1 by n equal to 1, x by m equal to k into p, that is x by m is proportional to p, the adsorption varies directly with pressure. Both the conditions are supported by experimental results. The experimental isotherms always seem to approach saturation at high pressure, when this cannot be explained by Freundlich isotherm. Thus, Freundlich isotherm fails at high pressure. Similarly, adsorption from solution phase can also be explained by this process. The extent of adsorption decreases with increase of temperature. The extent of adsorption increases with increase of surface area. The extent of adsorption depends on the concentration of the solute in solution. The extent of adsorption depends on the nature of the adsorbent and the adsorbent. But here in Freundlich equation, there will be certain change, which is P will be replaced by C. That is x by m equal to k into C by k into C to the power 1 by n. So, it can be changed to log form, log x by m equal to log k plus 1 by n log c. Plotting log x by m against log c, the graph will be like the adsorption isotherm for gas cases. Now, application of adsorption. The production of high vacuum, the remaining traces of air can be adsorbed by charcoal from a vessel evacuated by a vacuum pump to give a very high vacuum. In gas mask, we can use it, control humidity, gas mask, control humidity, removal of coloring matter, heterogeneous catalysis, separation of inert gases, in curing diseases, froth flotation method, etc. These are some examples. Similarly, some other examples are in industrial cases, adsorption indicator, chromatographic analysis. Thank you for watching my video.